Okay, which one is going to be the nursery? We picked the room that is most central in the house.
So we're going to do some prep work to this brick. As you can see, we've got a few bricks missing.
I really don't feel very well today, and Borgia is not giving me any sympathy.
We've got it work.
For me, when I was thinking about the baby room, I wanted it to be quite calm.
Testing out a rocking chair we got.
Who? No, what happened?
Oh my god, disaster.
So when we made the decision that the down house is where we're going to be living, that's when we decided, okay, which one is going to be the nursery? We picked the room that is most central in the house, so it's closest for us to get to. We designed the room so it worked as an adult room first.
Yes.
The base layer, all the gubbings, all the stuff that you don't see, needed to work as a normal bedroom. One, because we don't like changing it.
Yeah.
And two, you know, if we ever came to sell, it would work as an adult room as well as a kid's room.
From that sort of like base layout, if we were to set it up as like a grown-up room, it can be done. But before we even think about those kind of details, we need to get the basic elements of the room in order first. When we first started working on the house, we discovered this huge fireplace behind the wall. It's kind of like finding buried treasure.
Already looking better.
If we know there's going to be a fireplace, the first thing that we do is open it up.
We knew that this room was not going to have a functioning fire.
In a nursery, why would you have a chimney?
We've sealed it on the inside, but it's just got a nice feature to look at when you enter the room. And also the room feels a little bit more spacious because you see that depth within the fire, which is quite nice.
I am up in a scaffold because I'm going to be working on this chimney breast. I'm going to be pointing it. Now I use lime plaster. It's because it will be the heritage thing that will have been used originally, but also because I really like the texture of when it's finished. I've got my little trowel and my little tool to basically put it. So yeah, I'm going to start. I have repointed the wall up to here. I'm not going to do anything beneath these because you can see there's some brickwork that needs to happen. Now, this is my favorite part of all of this because the boring part has been done. Now I get to whack the wall. So all my frustration is going to go like that. By whacking it, that the mortar goes further in, it compacts, it goes in, and then when it's like dry, it should be able to kind of, you just brush it all.
What we're thinking is we're going to take the bricks off, flip them because they look nicer on this side, and then reinstall them.
Is that what we were thinking?
What were you thinking?
I thought we had to make new ones.
No, I'm hoping that we can get them out all whole and then just flip them. So imagine all this, but flip it like that.
Yeah.
So that goes there, that goes there.
Okay.
But as soon as I take that one piece out, the whole thing will probably fall because with this arch detail, it's reliant on all the bricks working together.
So do we need to create some sort of structure before?
So what I think is you need to make a formwork.
Fast because Dean can't help himself.
Can't wait. So make a formwork here so that when I take this brick out, it will drop and hopefully just rest on that formwork, and then we can take it out bit by bit.
We are lucky we have got a lot of spare timber around here. So now with this piece of wood you see, these are recycled ones, I'm going to cut a frame. I'm going to make a very quick frame, which is like a U shape, which is basically going to be holding that.
Yes, okay, but suggestion, if you cut the timber there,
Yeah.
this timber going across here, you're going to have to screw into here, aren't you?
I will screw it from there.
Exactly, which you're reliant on the screws. Whilst if you cut it a bit lower and put the timber on top, then it's got all the force of the timber. Right, just need to screw those in. I think we can screw down, like that.
Yes. Ooh, it's coming off.
Okay.
This is like a big Jenga, isn't it?
Really careful, or break any of them.
Oh my goodness.
They're better, they're not perfect.
That one will go to the opposite side.
Like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Size.
it's easy for us to make our own again, you know? Because they're not done very well. So on removing the bricks and cleaning them up, we've discovered that they actually weren't installed like a normal jack arch is. So can you see here, this is a normal square brick, but typically they would cut or they'd have shaped bricks like that on an angle. So I think we're gonna have to put new bricks in. Well, we've got some old bricks, but we're gonna have to get some bricks that we can cut down and make correct. Okay,
Trying to get the angle.
That's the angle. What do you think?
I don't know, let's see. Oh gosh, that looks smart, Dean.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks nice.
Doesn't it? It looks
Yeah.
proper.
Yeah.
And look, because of the angle, it fits perfectly between that brick.
Oh
and that
yes.
brick. It's like I planned it. We probably should be supporting this upper section, but with brickwork, if anything's going to fall out, it's just this triangular section. So we're working without one. We've got all the cuts done, all of these done now, and we've also got the triangle bit that sits right in the middle.
Pizza.
Plan is install. I called it a jack arch, but others called it a flat arch. So anyway, it doesn't really matter. We're putting it back in and it's going to look a hell of a lot better. We've still got these little bits here. So I'm just questioning whether it's just a reminder of what it used to be. I don't know. I think we should install it all and we can cut that after. We can't take too much brickwork.
Okay, yeah,
It would
okay,
fall
let's do it.
apart. So we've set out how we want it to look with packers for the mortar. At least we know it fits properly.
It actually fits better if anything, isn't it?
Honestly, we need to look back at what it used to look like, because this is so much better. Because look at this one, yeah. It wasn't cut on the angle there.
Yeah.
So they're just filled in. But I think it's just because it didn't really matter because they were plastering over it.
Yeah.
But because we're leaving it exposed, we want it to look good. Amazing. Oh my god. It looks so much better when the pointing is in. Let's hope it holds once we take the timber out, hey? That's okay. You carry on.
This is not what you should do. I just don't want people to copy me. The proper way is supposed to you let it set, and then you kind of you
Tamp it.
tap it.
Tamper. Isn't it tamper? Tamper.
Tamper it. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
But I can't wait. I'm very impatient, and so I just want to. Basically, it's much more work because I'm cleaning brick by brick.
But you're killing two birds and you clean the bricks at the same time, so
Yeah,
it's all
okay.
good. I think it looks good.
Yeah.
And I kind of like the little things that are left over, like a remnant of what it used to look like with the fire surround. Good. The moment of truth. Is it all gonna collapse? Is he gonna be able to get the frame out? We just won't know.
There's a crack here. I'm kind of scared of.
Bend the legs inwards. Bend the legs inwards. So there's a little bit of a settlement. It's okay, it adds to the character. Just
Well, obviously this is still wet, so I can repoint.
yeah, it may be. It's you know, lime takes ages to dry. I mean, we really should have left it longer, but rushing is always, aren't we?
Yeah.
So you ready to see the finished result? It's so good. Look at it. And Borja has plastered the back section as well, which gives you that extra depth.
Can you see this white is not as red? The reason is when I clean the lime, there's a bit of residue. So I'm gonna let it set for like a couple of weeks and then I will clean it with white vinegar and then all of these white bits should come off.
Yeah, that should even out the colour a little bit more. I don't know if it's dark just because of it being a little bit still wet, but you can see they've used a mixture of different bricks anyway. So we're still gonna have it patchy, but no, it looks really good.
That's
Yeah.
from being covered up.
Well done, it looks amazing.
Thank you, that was
And,
good work.
and then when we get the terracotta tiles in there, which we won't bring out as much as the other room, I don't think. And also the benefit here is the slab is much lower than the actual floor for some odd reason. So we could potentially get the terracottas to be level with the carpet, which would be
underneath
amazing.
Underneath that slab, there's a massive metal lintel. So you will see, I haven't plastered all the way there, so actually that's bothering me a little bit, but it will be covered up with the terracotta, so you will see that.
Amazing!
Yes.
So we're taking up the floors to do the underfloor heating and see what problems we have to deal with.
Well,
There's a lot of cables in here that are
with the
redundant, I
cables
think.
I can actually see some type of droppings.
Yeah, mate, there's been mice everywhere. This is the second room we're doing it in, and it's not fun. We're giving ourselves a day to do it.
We always have to do it.
Very unrealistic, but let's see.
So problems. The joists, which is these timbers that you see here on the floor, you can see that they not with the same spacing at all. The pipes are wrong. So I think there's a lot more work than what we thought. Already had an injury.
We've already shown you the process of installing underfloor heating and running new plumbing in other rooms, so we'll spare you those boring, repetitive bits.
So it is time to be putting the floorboards down. We are using the last bits of our wood glue. It's much easier to do it with a little brush actually. And we're just doing this in the joints.
We get on well all the time. Like, our relationship is perfect all the time, except when I'm ill. I really don't feel very well today, and Borja is not giving me any sympathy.
Yeah, so how it is to work when you're ill, Dean?
Honestly, like, I hate it. You know what I want? And I never get. So what I want is just someone to say, okay, you need to take this drink, take this hot drink, this is gonna be good for you, do this, and like, lie down a bit, kind of, you know, that sort of thing.
Oh, he's just like so iconic.
I don't get that from Borja. We are tiling the hearth. I'm gonna watch Borja install the tiles, and then I'm gonna go to bed.
And you're going to be moaning about it.
I know, and try and get sympathy, but Borja never gives me sympathy when I'm ill. What I get is what we're seeing right now.
He's just
rolling
like,
his eyes like, oh, he's ill.
It's just like, get on with it. He loves dragging it as well. It's like, and if I look after him, which I do for like 24 hours, I feel like 24
hours, 24 hours, and that's it, you're gone. When I'm ill, yeah, all I want someone to do is go, what do you want? Do you want a drink? Do you want? I'll make you some food. You go lie down and have a rest.
No, because if I do that,
it never
you get
happens.
healed very often.
All I hear in the background is,
Well, because you know what happens. I'm gonna tell everybody. No, let me tell everybody.
What happens when you're ill? What happens when you're ill?
I
get a flannel, I put it on his head,
That's not true.
I make him keep cups of tea constantly.
That is not true. Let's be honest. It's true. Extremely rare that I get ill.
Exactly, and
You
when you
work
do-
me to death, and then you get ill, so I can't be bothered to be like, oh, poor thing. When you get me like, it's like, okay,
When I'm ill, it's a problem for him.
yes, it is a problem.
It's
Don't
a
get
problem
ill.
for him. Yeah, exactly.
I'm just not a patient person when it comes to.
He is the most impatient person in the world. He's like, here you go, here's a cup of tea, I hope you feel better. About 30 minutes later, he's like, okay, come on then.
No, come on, Dean.
Okay, it's 24 hours you give me.
The 24 hours, I go and get
You
him.
might as well ring a bell at the end of the 24 hours and be like, okay, I'm not helping you anymore.
We've got to work. That's the thing.
He tells me off that I work too much, and then when I'm like ill and like, I really don't want to work, he's just like, but we've got stuff to do.
Yes.
Your mum said to me that you are like your dad when you're ill.
I'm dying.
Because she probably has the same reaction that I have with you.
Oh, I can totally see my mum rolling her eyes, going, oh, for God's sake. Like,
Because you're quite needy. You are needy when
only
you're
when
ill.
I'm ill, yeah.
Yeah, when you're ill, you're very needy.
I was just wondering what you were doing on the floor. It's just like, I know you're tired, but...
I'm sleeping in the dust.
That is very sad. Oh, you're using a little piece of wood as a pillar.
So yeah, 24 hours is what he gets.
No, Borja hasn't just had a spray tan. Look how orange he looks. All the dust from the cutting was just gone right in his face.
From Friends.
Let's install this. So we've got the hearth in, similar to the other room, and all pointed up.
So, I've got white vinegar in this bottle, and then you're going to see that what I'm going to do first, I'm going to spray in the bricks everywhere. The reason is that when we did everything with lime mortar, you can see the residue. There's a little bit of residue here, and the white vinegar removes it. I'm first gonna like saturate it all with white vinegar, and then we will go over with a sponge, and then hoping that it does a trick. This is a first for us to do this, so we don't really know how it's gonna pan out, and this is what we do all the time. We test things out, and then we're able to say, yes, this works, this does not work.
Borja's got his heater, so the paint dries faster. And the ring light. Honestly, the ring light is the best thing or the worst thing when it comes to decoration, because it shows every imperfection, so we can really get the detail right. Chimney breast is looking... Can you hear Borja's mum singing? Yep. We've put vinegar on it now, and then we're gonna seal it, but it's actually looking really nice. I like the imperfections of the brickwork, you know? Looking pretty. We've obviously got more space going through there, closet and ensuite.
Lighting going in.
Ready? Yeah. And boom. No, what happened?
Oh my god, disaster. Did you blow the fuses?
Literally, we did a test run before we recorded it. And what the hell? I must have pushed on it.
You blow the fuses. Be careful.
Okay, let's just like pretend like I'm connecting it back up again. Kill that.
Oh, wow, it worked first time round.
Yeah. No, so basically what happened, there was a fuse. There's these little fuse connections. And one of them was faulty.
Oh no.
Fighting. I was thinking of like just a fire basket here. Because realistically we're not gonna...
Yeah, no, we won't use it.
I've got the lady wearing pink. So the plan here is we want to eventually change the windows for a more heritage ones, which will be like much thinner. For now, what we're going to do is just give it a really good sand with 80 grit, so it's basically quite thick, just to create a key to be able to use a type of primer that we can prime on top and then paint the same color that we're painting all of these, which is our color called Old Parchment, which we love. And this is our color called Old Soul White. And we had a long process to try to kind of create those colors.
For me, when I was thinking about the baby room, I wanted it to be quite calm. The most important thing for us is that it sleeps at night.
Yeah.
I didn't want anything too vivid in colors, keeping it awake and stuff like that. So I wanted it to be quite calming, but then I wanted that inject of like different things that make it feel like a baby room. So I was thinking like maybe a teddy, maybe some books that you read to them at night. The room encompasses the bedroom, and then you walk through a closet, and then from the closet you walk into a bathroom. Now, a baby does not need a walk-in closet and a bathroom, but we designed it for the future. So the bathroom is not completed, but we did need a closet for the storage.
So we are going to assemble the wardrobes for this room in the closet, and we have sourced the ones from IKEA. They do a lovely beige colour, which is shockingly similar to the colour that we're using for our woodwork. So I'm going to get my mum to help me put the drawers together, and then I'm going to put together the frame, and then we're going to work out how we're going to add a skirting board detail to it, and then a cornice on the top, and really bespoke it.
When it came to the closet and how we laid that out, it was pretty fixed. It's quite a small space. We wanted to use off-the-shelf storage because it's much, much cheaper. People can spend thousands on built-in wardrobes, and we did not want to do that. So we got off-the-shelf storage, which we set in to the room and raised it so we could put a skirting detail at the bottom and then a coving detail at the top.
So we're doing this slightly prematurely because the plaster hasn't dried yet, and we need it to dry before we fit the wardrobes, otherwise we might get damp trapped at the back. But we have to install them in the room because the room is so small. Basically, it's just consists of the wardrobes. So we've just got to get the back on now. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to raise this higher so that we can get the skirting board underneath. This space will be smaller, and we'll just have coving up there. The downside is that you lose storage at the top and the bottom, but we're not too worried about storage in here because we think this is a really good size closet for the size of the room.
Okay, so here we've got the mother and son team trying to hold the furniture. There's gonna be for these closets. Once we finish, this is going to look really good.
We're just testing out how high we need to lift the wardrobe so we can fit our skirting board level. I mean, it's crazy how close the colour is. So we're gonna batten it up this high, and then we can fix the skirting board all the way around the front. And then what we'll do is we'll have the same sort of packing up the top, and then we'll fit our cornice around there as well.
This is the hardest room to put a closet in because I want to maximise on the space. I want the biggest closet possible. It's like adult Tetris. I've got to work out how to get everything in, and there's only a very small pivot point. So I'm doing this unit, which is going to go there, and I'm hoping I can get this, the unit that goes here, straight in. But it's hard.
Because the problem is that we don't have the space
To pivot.
to pivot and to build it.
Exactly, so I'm building it in situ, and then I'm hoping I can twist it and put it in place. Yeah, complex.
He is putting the back of this wardrobe, so he had to be inside. What he hasn't realized is he can't get out, and I'm not gonna help him, so I'm gonna go for lunch. See ya! Okay, where are you?
I'm in the back.
How skinny are you? Honestly.
Pushing.
Yeah?
Yeah. Hi!
Hi.
Yeah.
Good.
There's a very cute little passageway.
There's just enough space to have, the poles going in here and then
Yeah.
sort of jazz.
And now when we fancy a tap.
Okay, well let's come out of the closet.
Again.
So we've got a couple of sockets that are going to be inside the wardrobe, so I'm just working out the cuts for this, but this is the exact cuts I've got, but I will cut it slightly smaller just in case, because I've only got one opportunity to do this, so I've got to make sure it's right. And I'm hoping that what I've designed, I'll have a shelf here, so the sockets will be on one of the shelves. So you can see I've made them a little bit smaller because I've got a little bit of tolerance, and I can always, the cables will not get cut because I can feed the cables through here, and then I can still cut to the actual size after. So this is why I cut it a little bit smaller. You can't account for imbalance in the wall. The wall was slightly bent, so it pushed this back section out. So push this over. I think it will just fit.
You never get scared, is that all?
There's no power to these sockets, that's why.
Yay, it covers over. So that is a good reason why to make your hole slightly smaller when you're doing the sockets and switches in the back of the cupboards, because you just don't know if these cupboards are going to move slightly out of alignment. So just got to put this other one on. So luckily I managed to get the whole cupboard, even though it was a little bit offset. So I'm so glad I made a smaller hole first off, just in case. Just need to adjust that a little bit. It's a little bit slanted. Okay, the top section, right? This is my thoughts. 2 timbers like this, yeah?
Yeah.
We're projecting out a little bit, so there's a little bit of a reveal. And then the coving will go like that. Obviously, you've got to account for adhesive, so it will cover that gap.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to put plywood over the top. This is good wood.
Yeah.
And it's one full piece. And then this one will be flush with this, so that it still has that little bit of projection. What do you think?
No, I like it.
We still haven't done the coving, but we really need to. We haven't learned how to do it yet, so we really need to. And that will really blend it all into that space.
We're starting to put the drawers.
I think I've just lost all the tools in my trousers.
Oh. With all the bespoking around the top, we're gonna put lights inside. The shelves is gonna look really good.
We wanted some key things in there. The rocking chair. Having a rocking chair there where you can soothe them, and so when they wake up in the middle of the night, they know that they need to stay in this room. They'll never leave it until it's the morning, and soothe them on the rocking chair, feed them, whatnot.
This is like what we're thinking. Now what it happens could be completely
And I've
different.
like thought through everything, and everyone's gonna be like, it doesn't work that way.
Testing out a rocking chair we got because we don't know if we need to return it. It was a cheaper one than the one we wanted, but it's actually pretty good. We don't like the colour of the legs. They look pretty cheap wood, so we're gonna paint them, I think. I don't know what they covered it in, but you can't see any grain. I think that'll look better. So this is this wood dye, medium oak. Let's see comparatively. You know, it feels more like wood. We're just trying to get it to a colour that we imagine in our head, which we can't explain. It's much blacker, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So, Borja's mum is having fun doing the legs for us of this chair. We decided on this colour in the end. It matches the closest to the furniture that we've got in the room, and it's this one. But it comes out really matte, which usually we would like, but we've added a little bit of a sheen onto it by adding a little bit of clear wax, which looks really lovely.
The cot. The cot,
I've been the difficult one about the cot. I must, you know, I raise my hands here. That Dean will have been like, look, let's just get a normal cot, you know, and we can make it work. But I fell in love with this cot that was only in America, and tried to contact the company. Pottery Barn.
Yes.
How can we ship it to UK? Not possible. We've got beautiful friends in America. All the people that put these beautiful videos together, they based in America.
They were like, we can help you out, get it delivered here. So we were like, okay, we'll get it delivered to their house and then we'll work out the shipment after. The delivery will be past the due date of the baby. And we're like, okay,
yeah,
game over.
Game over.
We can't do that.
So I said to him, well, what about if I find a carpenter, you know, a joiner that can do that? And I did find somebody. I'm not being funny, that has actually been the longest process, you know, to kind of like get it going.
We basically wanted it to look like an old cot,
yes,
which is the hardest thing to do when it's new wood. So we went through a long process of trying to find the right colors and how it would work with some of the existing furniture we've got in the room.
And it's been better that it's like more of like a one person rather than like a company, because you know, we've been by WhatsApp, it's been sending me videos, what about this, what about that?
And it's coming next week, and that'll be the last piece that we've got to put into the nursery, and then it'll be complete.
Yeah.
We can't wait to show you how the cot turned out and the other details we add to make this room fit for a baby.
Oh my god, this is the cutest.
But first, we need to finish the closet, and our friend Chris and I have got an idea of how to reveal if expecting a boy or a girl.
Take 2. If you enjoy our channel and would like to help us out, just click the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss any of our updates.